The Brandon Aiyuk rumors continue to swirl. Today, it is the Pittsburgh Steelers yet again supposedly are not going to stop in their pursuit of Brandon Aiyuk as they are seeking a number one wide receiver and would be quote-unquote shocked if they didn't get a deal done with the 49ers to acquire Brandon Aiyuk. Now, I've remained pretty steadfast that I do not believe Brandon Aiyuk is going anywhere. However, I am going to discuss the rumors because if I don't and he does get traded, then how silly would I look? But instead of talking about this rumor from just the standpoint of the Steelers side or the 49ers side or what have you, let's talk about it from the future of Brock Purdy's side. Should the 49ers be talking with Brock Purdy, engaging where he sits on this whole situation? Like, let's assume that the San Francisco 49ers are shopping Brandon Aiyuk and may be interested in trading him if the right deal comes their way. Okay, that's fine. I mean, you got to do what you think is best for you, and if you feel like there's a deal you can't refuse, great. But if you believe you have a franchise quarterback in place, don't you think you should probably be talking to him and getting his opinion? What if he says, yeah, I don't want to play without Brandon Aiyuk? Shouldn't that come into play? Or if he says, hey, do what's best for you, I'm fine either way, I think that should come into play as well. I would guarantee that Patrick Mahomes gets brought into deals. We know that the Buffalo Bills, they came out and said it. Bean came out and said it before they traded Stephon Diggs that they did talk to Josh Allen about it. And he wouldn't go into detail, but you know that they got his sign off on it. They're not just going to trade a big time weapon of a franchise quarterback and not talk to their franchise quarterback about it. So assuming that the 49ers believe they have their franchise quarterback in the building and all signs point to they do, they probably should figure out what Brock Purdy thinks of Brandon Aiyuk either being on this team or not being on this team. Now, that doesn't mean that you can't make a decision outside of that. You're not locked into Brock Purdy, and even if you get Brock Purdy's opinion and go with the opposite of what Brock Purdy says, that doesn't mean that Brock Purdy's not going to be here long term. It doesn't mean that you can't repair that relationship or talk him through why you decided to go against what he said. It just means that you should probably be talking to him at least a little bit about him possibly losing his future number one weapon, if that is something you're considering doing. Now, maybe the 49ers are doing that. That's entirely possible. Maybe they aren't. Maybe they aren't even considering trading Brandon Aiyuk, which is kind of where I sit on this thing. But if they are, something that we have not discussed is you've got to talk to your franchise quarterback, get his opinion, and make sure that he's at least in the loop. What do you think? Do you think that the 49ers should operate outside of Brock Purdy? Who cares what he thinks? Do you think he should be brought into the loop if they are at least considering trading Brandon Aiyuk? Where do you sit on this topic? And do you believe that Brandon Aiyuk will remain a 49er, or do you think these rumors are very true and that he will eventually get traded, most likely during the draft? Sound off in the comments down below. Appreciate you all as always. Peace.